Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. As a big sale coming up, we got to talk about Saturday, February 15th down in Virginia. And I'm joined by my friends Richard Vaughn and Bryant Roberson with Rich and Rich Auctioneers. Guys, how you doing today?
Doing good, Greg.
Good, very good. Hope you are. Good to see you.
Well, good to see you. And boy, you guys have had some fantastic sales here of late. I always enjoy keeping up with you guys. And this sale on the 15th, I believe it's in, is it pronounced Tempeраnceville, Virginia?
Temperaceville, correct.
Okay.
And we're down there near Wallops Island.
Okay.
About Temperaceville is about 5 miles away, but that's actually their address, and so it's a rural area, but we're on the in the Wallops Island area of Eastern Shore.
Eastern Shore. Okay. And as I look at this sale, um, wow. I mean, and this is for Robert Darby and Sons
Correct.
farm retirement auction.
Farm retirement.
Right.
They've been farming that several generations. And
And now we chatted a little bit before we started recording here, but even when you guys, Brian, you were telling me about this sale a while ago, and I mean this stuff looks like new. It's just super condition. Um, let's just start with the tractors. We got a John Deere 7R 290, a John Deere 8330, a pair of 8295Rs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell us about those tractors and the care they've been received, Richard.
Well, when I first went up there and pulled on the operation, and I just the first thing you look at is how neat and clean the place was, and my rep up there, Dixon Leatherbury, who was the former IH dealer and case dealer up there, and he's still in the irrigation business, and he deals with these people, and so he called me and said we need to go up there and talk to him, and we went up there, and I was just very impressed with it when I walked in the door, and this is kind of an gentleman's an old timey place, and just they've been in business for a long time, and very neat and clean. And we met and talked about the equipment and all. And they said, well, we talked about what we're going to do. We're going and everything and pre-sale questions and all. And I mentioned about the cleanup, and he said, well, we've cleaned it up a little bit. And then when we went out to look at it, and I was just shocked. I just said, this is unreal, and it just didn't start. It's been like that. I understand from all the neighbors that they've kept this equipment like this their entire life.
And Richard, how long you been in the auction business now?
I got my license in '84, and I went full time in '91. And it's just been, come on, let's go. And so
You've
I've seen a
seen,
lot of clean sales, but I think this one takes the cake.
that's what I was getting at. And we've talked a lot over the last, decade plus. You have as sharp as eye as anybody. And Bryant, you come at it, you were in the auction biz, and you spent many years on the John Deere side, working with used equipment, managing inventory levels. You've seen a lot too, my friend.
That's right. I spent 13 years with Richard, and then I'm finally back after 8 years in the OEM business. And I've traveled. I've been all the way to California to dealerships out there. And when you look at this equipment matches anything that you'll see on the road. I mean, it's nice, clean equipment, and they're
You're
good
sitting,
people.
your background there on the video here, that's one of the 8295Rs.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so as someone who managed used equipment for a large John Deere dealership, yeah, this quality of stuff, and that's what you were telling me, is this is different stuff here. This is super condition.
This is not the traditional Southern equipment that we get here in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia.
Yeah,
Virginia's always been a very clean area,
it
but
is.
this is very, very, very nice equipment.
Yeah.
I tell you, I've been seeing
And
strong pricing out of that Virginia, North Carolina area now the last number of years. You guys have sold quite a few of them.
Mhm.
But again, if we talk equipment here, now one that really tripped me was that sprayer, that 2015 John Deere R4030. I mean, it looks like it's new, but the hours on it actually says 7,260.
right.
That is a unicorn.
Yeah.
I mean, for the
The first,
conditions.
the first day I went up there and met with them, and they said the hours are going to be high on it because they were very particular, and they drove that machine back to the lot and filled it up instead of having a nurse tank in the field. And so that was the reason for the hours on it and how hours on the engine. And so they were very peculiar about who filled it up and how to mix the chemicals.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like new. Check it out, folks. And
Yeah,
again,
yeah, when
your guys' website, it's
I did a
rich.
walkthrough, and they, as I told you earlier, they had women there in the business they were in, and they had it in the shop there, and they every week I'm told they pulled their equipment in and they wiped it down with a oily rag and cleaned it and vacuumed it
It
every
looks like.
Friday. This just didn't start.
Wow.
And the boom on it is just, I mean, you see somebody that polishes a boom. I mean, that's very unusual.
Yeah. Well, folks, you got to check this out. Believe me. And the website for Rich and Rich Auctioneers, I believe it's just Rich and Rich Auctioneers, correct?
Yes, that's
Yes,
correct.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now the sale, you guys are interesting. You guys were kind of, I think, some of the leaders here across the country in the industry with the evening auctions. You guys have had tremendous success. And this sale on Saturday, February 15th, begins to close. Is it like 6 or 7 p.m.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
7 Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay. So people can have their full fun on Saturday, do whatever they're doing, take the kids to the ball game, and then come home and buy the best looking sprayer you're ever going to see.
Well,
Well,
Greg,
we
it's
have some farmers to tell us that they're at the restaurant at the beach and they're bidding on an item. And so on vacation. And so,
Right.
but it doesn't take the person away from his job or on his weekend, and so it's
Right.
he can come and sit in his home in comfort and sit there and watch it, and we find it's worked for us.
Right.
well, and I think the other key too is, Greg, with me being at my age with two small kids, you can sit there at home. You're still spending time for your kids, and you get a chance to conduct business as well.
Right.
It's the new style businessman sale.
Well, like I say, you guys were leading the way. I've seen more and more auctioneers go to the evening and have very good success with it. So again, industry leaders here, and you guys are always top notch. Everything you guys do at Rich and Rich. Now, I did see the combine on this auction Saturday, February 15th. 20 model S780 Deere, 1760 sep hours. Is that right, Brian?
That's correct.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
And a cornhead. We've got a 22 model C12R 12 row cornhead. So
Stockmaster.
Stockmaster. Okay.
And that's going to be very interesting to see because you don't see many C20s just sold on this side of the coast right now. So I'm very interested to see what it's going to bring.
Right.
I think that's going to be a good market item. But I think overall, when you look at everything that the Darbys have, everything from the trucks all the way up to the tractors, everything's been very well and very meticulously taken care of.
What can you tell us about the trucks?
Richard, go right ahead, bud.
Okay, well, when you see the over road trucks, it's very impressive the way they keep them. But these trucks that we're selling are older trucks, and it's unbelievable when you go in there and look at them, and I mean, it's shocking that these trucks are that clean, and they keep them all under some of them in enclosed buildings, and you look at it and you look at the picture. And when you look at it and when you get there, it looks just like it does in the picture.
They're very shiny. They're very bright.
Shiny. They look good.
It's that pride of ownership.
Meticulously taken care of. Everything seems to be ready to go. We had one issue we had with them is just getting the stuff out, bringing it out from under storage and putting it out. And so like we just bought
they didn't like stuff to be out, huh?
Yeah, they just bought the planters out yesterday.
But I think that speaks a lot to the pride and the ownership of the farm.
Right.
It's a neat place. Yeah.
They're protecting it even for the next owner.
Right.
I mean, they wanted to make sure that everything was kept just like they kept it.
Well, I keep getting older, but as I travel the country, US and Canada, I run into more people like this. I mean, and when they have their sale or if they sell it privately, they've invested so much care into the equipment. It's almost like they want to keep up with their kids when they go off to college, when
That's right.
folks buy the tractor. But like you said, Brian, that's just that pride of ownership. You can't fake that. And
No.
look at these pictures you guys have of this equipment. Now you mentioned the planters. What do we got for planters on the sale on the 15th?
Of course, we have the 1770.
Okay. Is that a
And of
12
course
row?
it's a that's correct. Get back to that 1770, and it's a 16 row 30-inch.
1630. Okay.
A 600-gallon starter fertilizer tank, and again, it's been in storage for and when they put it under there, everything has been wiped down, even to the gauge wheels.
Hmm.
I mean, you
Nice.
look at it and it's shining. When I walked in there, I couldn't believe it. And the buildings that we're in were just unbelievable how clean they were. Just the
Okay, I
floor.
have an assignment for you guys. As we run up to sale day, can someone get me a little cell phone walkthrough video, maybe in the sheds of the equipment?
I'll get it done.
Okay, that would be fantastic. Then we can,
And
and again,
and
check
these
out the pictures on the website, folks. And of course, that's where you bid, richandrichauctioneers.com. But we'll get you that up close video. And then again, the sale is Saturday, the 15th. Anything else on the sale that jumps out, guys? You want to
well, you
highlight?
got this another 1790 planner, and
Okay.
that's a 1631.
Okay.
Just you can't tell it from new. Just walking under the shelter, they're looking at it inside that
Nice.
building, and you go, "Wow!" Even you look back at the old GMC 6000 series seed truck.
Mm.
I
That's
just
very impressive when you look at
very
those
impressive.
pictures.
It looks
You look
like
at a
you're gonna
picture.
put it on one of those rotisserie sales.
No,
Yeah.
that's a hallmark card for farmers.
Yeah,
I
Nice.
mean, it's a very it's just got a very attractive, beautiful that that look where if you like vintage trucks, it's a very good vintage truck look.
Yeah, they just don't make them like that anymore, do they?
No, no.
And then to find one that age with that history of care and meticulousness, real opportunity here, folks. Again, the sale is Saturday, February 15th. It's Robert Darby and Sons Farm Retirement Auction, Temperance,ville Virginia. Richard and Bryant, thank you so much for giving us kind of the early heads up on the sale. We'll be talking a lot more about it. And you guys do your homework and give me that video walkthrough. And yeah, this will be fascinating to see. But bottom line, just a great buying opportunity for folks looking for equipment with the best care that it could possibly have.
yeah.
That's
Thank
correct.
you.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Thanks, guys.